Witness number 3, looking into the future. I mean, people say that's the trouble with the Bible, it's all about the past. But you know, when you read the Bible, you see a large number of future predictions. Now, of course, you know, many predict things today. And we soon find out that the predictions are false because they don't come true, or they're just so vague, like the horoscopes, that you could read almost anything into any of them. But there are in the Bible prophecies, future predictions, that are detailed, and many thousands of them have been fulfilled precisely. So, for instance, in about 700 BC, a prophet in the Old Testament called Isaiah names Cyrus as the king who will allow the Israelites to return to Jerusalem and rebuild its temple. Now, at the time of this prophecy, there was no king named Cyrus, and the temple in Jerusalem was completely built up and was in full operation, and the Jews weren't away from Jerusalem. So, you know, what on earth was it talking about? It didn't make sense. But later on, in 586 BC, more than 100 years later, the Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar, sacked Jerusalem and destroyed the temple and took the Jews to Babylon. And in about 539 BC, the Babylonian Empire was conquered by the Persians. And a Persian king named Cyrus issued a formal decree that the Jews could return to Jerusalem and rebuild their temple. This decree is confirmed by secular archaeologists in the form of a stone cylinder that details many events of Cyrus's reign, including the decree to build the temple in Jerusalem. Here's another one. Psalm 22. This was written hundreds of years before Jesus walked the earth. And yet his death is described in detail. Actually, even his crucifixion, which actually was designed by men a lot later than this psalm was written. Let me read you some of the psalm, and you'll see, if you know the story of Jesus' death on the cross, how it fits together. Dogs have surrounded me. A band of evil men has encircled me. They have pierced my hands and my feet. I can count all my bones. People stare and gloat over me. They divide my garments among them and cast lots for my clothing. Now, if you know the story of Jesus on the cross, it's fulfilled there. That was written hundreds of years before Jesus went to the cross. There's another one. Jesus vividly describes the destruction of Jerusalem by the Romans 40 years before it happened. And then 40 years later, it happens.